Kasama natin of course ngayon ang mga basketball analysts na sina Enzo Flojo at si Coach Hammer Martin Antonio. Guys, welcome to The Score as always. Ito na, kasado na. Cleveland versus Golden State, rematch of last year's finals. Pero before that, what a historic come from behind dito sa series nito. Enzo, I'll start with you. Anong nangyari dito sa Oklahoma City Thunder? They had control of this series 3-1. They had control of Game 6 all the way up to the fourth quarter. They had control all the way up to the end of the first half dito sa Game 7. What happened?
I think Oklahoma just played, as good as they could against Golden State, but yung Warriors lang talaga, they just took their game up another level and hindi na nakasabay yung Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City made very good adjustments in the first 4 games of the series, but after that, the Golden State just powered through with their depth, their talent, their shooting. Klay Thompson burned them in Game 6. Curry did it in Game 7. And wala nang panapat yung Oklahoma City talaga.
Martin, we covered this game kaninang umaga. Was there anything else that Oklahoma could have done defensively or offensively?
They could have poisoned the Warriors. Pero yun lang yung magagawa. But they did their game plan. They were jump switching. They were contesting all the shots. Again, Klay Thompson, hindi na Klay Thompson. And they were just making shots. So they did the best that they can. They could have moved the ball better. But again, give credit where credit is due. The Splash Brothers really took the game.
Was it a case, Enzo, of too much hero basketball again, yung nag-revert yung Oklahoma City dun sa bad habit nila before the playoffs? Or talagang it was Golden State's time?
I think it might be inaccurate to say it's purely hero ball for Oklahoma City. Just imagine, parang you're in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the defending champions. Who else are you gonna go to? Siyempre KD, siyempre Westbrook. And Westbrook naman in this game, he actually had 13 assists in Game 7. So you can't say na nagbakaw siya. He just really didn't shoot well. And on the other end, no matter what he did or anybody did against Curry, against Klay Thompson, kaya na sabi ni Martin, they just couldn't really do anything against a team shooting that well in Game 7.
Martin, napag-usapan natin slightly to kaninang umaga. You're Kevin Durant. You're looming free agency this summer. You've been in this situation. Tingin mo he stays with Oklahoma City or he goes to a bigger market?
Bigger market is relative now. As what I was saying with Enzo kanina. Social media enabled players to have a bigger reach. But knowing Kevin Durant as a prideful man, he would stay. Ako, personally, I think he would stay. He would want to bring a championship to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He would rather do that on his own terms than form a super team, go to the Spurs, or go to the Warriors, or whoever courts him sana sa New York Knicks. Pero
parang pinatatamaan mo yung isang maglalaro sa finals.
Ay, hindi.
Ngayon naman, balik tayo dito sa Golden State, Enzo. 73-win season. Which is a bigger accomplishment? Yung 73 wins nila or yung to be just the 10th team in history to come from behind 1-3 series deficit?
Well, 73 is definitely historic. The most wins in any regular season for any NBA team. But if they lost this series, even if they won 73, that would not mean as much as it should. So I think, rallying, staying alive, and overcoming a 1-3 deficit in the West Finals against KD and Westbrook, for me, that carries more weight because that allows you to go back into the finals and meet the objective of any team in the NBA, which is to win the NBA championship.
Ngayon, pag-usapan natin naman yung finals. Of course, LeBron and his Cavs versus the Splash Brothers and the Warriors.
Round
Umpisahan ko
2.
sa'yo. Coach Hammer, how does itong Cavs 2016 version stack up against this historic Golden State team?
Well, for one, they are very, very healthy. Intact yung core nila. They added Channing Frye to the fold. Kyrie and Kevin Love is at full strength. Hopefully, they could play well enough for the series. And we know what LeBron James did during the 6-game series last year. He almost willed the Cavaliers to a championship on his own. So ngayon, makikita natin if J.R. Smith could continue shooting better, could Channing Frye again, Iman Shumpert, and kumakadunk pa rin si Richard Jefferson. Every game, Every
May
game.
dunk siya every game.
Turning back the clock.
So yun nga, kompleto ang Cleveland Cavaliers, but there's been that criticism na because of their route dito sa finals, they were not tested as much. And so, what do you think about that line of thinking na hindi na subukan itong Cleveland Cavaliers? Does it weigh more than their less fatigue as compared to the Golden State Warriors?
Well, like what you said, Marco, it could be both good and bad. They should have fresher legs. Like what Martin said, they should be healthier moving or entering the finals. But the thing is, they haven't faced a team of this caliber yet in the postseason. They've faced adversity against Toronto, losing games 3 and 4, but not iba yung level ng Toronto sa Golden State. So it'll be the kind of adjustments they're gonna have to make. Even if they play good defense, which is what Oklahoma City did, Golden State's gonna make their shot. So they haven't faced a team this good in a very long time, and I think that'll be a big factor against Cleveland in this series.
So kung ikaw si Coach Tyronn Lue and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Martin, talk a little about how do you plan to defend itong Golden State, seeing kung anong nangyari dito sa Western Conference Finals.
Well, one thing that was very successful for them last year was LeBron playing the 4 spot. Nakakapag-jump switch sila doon, but again, 5 small guys. What would you expect? Yan ang gagamitin, yung strongest lineup with HB Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry,
yung
death lineup, and AI Andre Iguodala. Ang gagawin lang dyan ng Cleveland is to at least jump switch. Makita natin ngayon more of the Dellavedova, Shumpert, and J.R. Smith combination. So they could at least get into the shooting spots. Yung Steph Curry kasi, kasha-shower lang, tumitira na. So, kailangan talaga pressure nila and put a hand on their face. And nakita natin kanina, even Steven Adams and Kevin Durant was on the mug of Steph Curry. And they were draining their shots.
Ikaw naman, Enzo, you're Golden State. You're coming from gruesome 7-game series, although you have a few days rest. But you know that the Cleveland Cavaliers are at full strength. LeBron is practically hinihintay na kayo sa finals. After your experience last year's finals, how do you plan to attack or how do you plan to defend the Cavs?
Well, you have to come out strong, definitely. No? Mahirap din depends han yung Cavaliers kasi they've changed the way they've played mid-season when Tyronn Lue came in. Mas naging small ball sila, more touches for J.R. Smith, Channing Frye as well. So, in a way, Golden State might have to play against their own style also. So that's going to be a big adjustment for them. They swept Cleveland in the regular season, but I don't think they can bank on that too much, on the experience from those 2 wins. No, Golden State will have to really bring their A game on both ends. They should expect LeBron to be super LeBron or super mode in this series. He is playing with a chip on his shoulder. He wants to get back at this team and prove that he is still the best player on the planet.
Okay, so given that, of course, I have to ask you guys.
Si Martin na mauna dyan.
Finals prediction. Martin, mauna ka na.
Yeah, as I said this morning, give it to the king. Jim Brown is waiting for another guy to bring a championship to the Cleveland sports franchise, as we were talking about it kanina. It's been long overdue.
So you think yung superstar LeBron will overpower?
It's more than just a superstar LeBron. It's the super kuya, super leader that is LeBron James. That he learned from the likes of Pat Riley, from his championship conquests, and the exposure that he had with the national team with the likes of the Kobe Bryants of the world, the Jason Kidds of the world. Yan dyan na magkukulminate. Can he bring a championship to the land?
So Cavs in?
Cavs in 6.
What?
Cavs in 6. Oh,
very confident.
Oh, give it to the king.
Ikaw, Enzo.
My heart goes out to Cleveland. I agree with Martin. That city has been hungry for a championship for such a very long time. It'd be a perfect fairy tale ending for LeBron, a son of Ohio, to be the one to give that title to Cleveland. They're the heart pick. But the smart bet for me is Golden State. This is the best regular season team. They've gone through adversity, injury over the playoffs, and they've overcome all those things. The biggest test will be LeBron, but I think they have enough to be able to get over the LeBron challenge as well. And I think they're going to be back-to-back champions. But because the Cavs are complete and LeBron's going to play with the chip on his shoulder, they're going to stretch this to the very limit. I think
So
Golden
Golden
State will
State?
win in 7.
Wow. So Cavs in 6,
Cavs in 6.
Golden State in 7.
Tapang nung Cavs in 6.
Abangan natin yan.
Nag-text si Lebron sa akin, nag-shooting na daw sila eh. Oh, kita mo ba?
As always, Coach Hammer, Enzo, thank you very much for joining us
Thanks,
on The
Marco.
Score.
For more sports updates, keep watching The Score. And don't forget to subscribe.